Hellboy was a pretty by-the-numbers film that did nothing wrong, but was ultimately not extremely memorable. It was good, but not great. Hellboy 2 continues this with the same style and characters, but it goes the extra distance to be far more memorable than its predecessor. We start with a flashback showing a younger Hellboy hearing the story of the Golden Army from his adopted dad, and then we flash forward to the present where they're being revived. Honestly, the basic plot is a lot like TMNT. There's an immortal statue army, they're bad news, someone is trying to bring them back, and the heroes have to stop this. There are two things that make this film much better than TMNT, however, and much better than the first Hellboy. The first is the overall theme. The first film was good, mostly because it stuck to a central theme, which was being true to yourself and not what others tell you to be. The theme this time is about love and how it could be the best thing in the world, but could also be destructive. The relationship between Hellboy and Liz is expanded upon. We discover early on that Liz is pregnant, but she struggles with how to handle this, and she doesn't tell Hellboy because he still struggles with maturity, but we find out that he may have a greater destiny to wage war on the human world, and with this knowledge, she still chooses at one point to save his life because she loves him more than the world. The thought, at first glance, it's touching, but when you start to think about it, it's kind of chilling. Another relationship is between Abe Sapien and an elvish princess who shares his psychic gifts that they gain an immediate bond, but Sapien's love for her blinds him to the point that he's willing to endanger the world for her. Once again, at first it's touching, but when you think about it, it's kind of chilling. The theme of love being possibly destructive runs rampant throughout the film, and it makes you think on it, and it's not often that a fantasy movie will make you think. The other reason that this film is great is the visual direction. The first film had a very occult Nazi mysticism to it. That was the kind of feel, but this one delves much deeper into fantastical themes. We've got elves, trolls, fairies, and whatnot, but they're all presented in Guillermo del Toro's unique style. He has a knack for taking creatures that we think of in a certain way and reimagining them in a way that is unique but is still recognizable. And the colorful cinematography and great sets are a treat. Hellboy 2 is a far superior film to its predecessor, and it's a shame that it wasn't super successful because the teased-at third film hasn't happened yet and might not happen at all. It's a shame. But if this is the way that the Hellboy series goes out, that's a pretty good high to go out on. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.